And that's how you can be in a relationship with a woman and be like, oh, I thought everything was fine. Just because she's there doesn't mean she's there. She's there, but she's not there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
It does matter. Do you understand? Are you following me? It matters to him. It matters that she doesn't look like Megan Fox. I'm happy to see you. Turn it off.
Oh no! The silhouette. No! Cringe!
I object. I'm not even there. This is excruciating to watch. Jimmy, you're causing stress in my household. Look at my husband.
Lovers, we are back. We are your intimacy alchemists. This is Love is Blind, our reaction series. We've done 3 episodes thus far, and we're going to take it up a couple of notches, and we're going to do 3 more episodes in this one video. We're going to be reviewing episode 4, 5, and 6 of Love is Blind season 6.
I hope you've got seatbelts, because we haven't.
We haven't got seatbelts.
We don't.
We don't have seatbelts on this sofa of ours. If you haven't seen episode 3, go ahead and watch it. We were definitely left on a cliffhanger. What we're going to do is we're going to get into this. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, share, comment on the previous videos or this video. We'll see you on the other side, lovers.
Pee in the sea. Everyone pees in the sea.
I'm appalled. Don't look at me that feeling. I'm appalled. Thank you. Pee on your man. Oh! But don't pee in the pool that I'm in. Cares about you. Really loves you.
Oh, you're talking about that kind of crazy.
Well, yeah.
Everyone says they want crazy until they actually get it, and then they're calling the National Guard, calling 999, trying to get them out. Stop trying to manifest crazy. It's not a thing. It's disruption and strife and bad vibes.
Yeah, we're watching Jeremy and Sarah Ann speak, and there's this whole talk of crazy. Everyone having a little bit of crazy in them, and
it's like when people make cute sneezes their feature. It's not a thing. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. It's just weird. Stop it. Unless you genuinely, I don't know if anyone genuinely wants a crazy person.
Yeah, the whole rhetoric or the idea of, I love you so much that, of course I'm gonna kill you.
Okay. I don't know.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart.
Scripture.
And lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will always make your path straight. It's such a beautiful verse, honestly, AD.
Yeah.
From the book of Proverbs.
Her wedding finger is itching.
With my accolades and
I'm shaking.
Is he gonna
I
propose?
feel like I know you so much, and I trust you so much.
Oh!
But I need to know, will you take my lovely hand in marriage and walk this life with me and rock out your boy Clay?
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely, 100%.
You said, will you rock with your boy forever? Forever, ever? Forever, ever?
I ain't even fucking prepared for that. I just
Oh,
came
not
in.
swearing with God's hand, but
Like you.
we've got the same trim at the moment.
You just
You and Clay.
always have my back.
He'll never be my baby.
Like,
Clay,
ooh,
I love you, honey.
I love you too, baby. We in this forever.
When he gets out, he's gonna clap it down. AD says, Kenneth is my hair circa 2023. Clay is circa 2024.
Has the chemistry gone immediately after they've seen each other?
They look like they're at a bus stop.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be your fiancé.
I'm honoured. Brittany and Kenneth, what's happened? Where's the electricity? I'll slide down.
This is where it really gets real, isn't it? It's like, actually, we've just met each other and we're going to be getting married. We're going to be committing to each other for the rest of our lives. That's beautiful. Jessica wrote, many years ago, wrote a letter to her future husband. That's beautiful. And now she's giving it to Jimmy in a box.
So funny because I feel like I definitely, well, I did a vision board when I was 7, but I definitely wrote a letter to my future husband, and I've got to find it because I think it's time.
Absolutely, baby. I've never seen it, and we're 20 years in.
That is mad, but I definitely did that. I'd look up at the moon and I'd be like, he's just out there. Oh, let me go to Mishak's house to go and do some music.
Meanwhile, I finally know who she is.
Don't you sing to me, sir.
The girl you've been trying to help me find.
All right, that's it now.
That's a beautiful letter, and Jimmy is really moved by it.
And I think what's so beautiful about Jessica, Jessica wrote a letter to her future husband a few years ago, and she's now gifted it to Jimmy. But she said, I hope that God is preparing us by teaching us to love each other, love ourselves so we're able to love each other. And that's such an important thing.
To work on ourselves.
To work on ourselves.
Yeah.
Because that work never stops.
Yeah.
That bonds that you form with yourself and with God never stops. So once you meet your person, you're bringing, and I said this to someone at an event last night, you're bringing is two whole people sharing the wholeness with one another. It's like everything is a bonus. So that's beautiful that she put that in.
You're torn between me and somebody else. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're feeling. I don't know if you're just like beating around the bush about it because you don't feel the same way, which if you haven't noticed by now, like I'm a big girl. If that's how you feel, just say that.
Because she doesn't want him to say I love you and then be like, oh, why did you say you love me?
Well, that's absolute literal blasphemy, and I don't agree with that because I told you how I felt feeling good and well, and I'm still okay with the fact that you might not feel the same way.
See, and he doesn't know that she knows. If she were honest,
Got my point across.
Pause it for a second.
Every time we're in the boat.
If she were honest about the fact that she overheard Chelsea talking about it, then he would be able to respond to this in a more clear manner.
But she's kind of trapped him.
Yeah, because now he just thinks that she's going off without any idea.
Yeah, and like the nature of the show is he has to choose.
Yeah.
He has to go on other dates. They are up against each other because he has to see which one he resonates more with. I think she's just feeling out loud, but I think that this is not the space to be triggered in. I think that she should just say nothing and then wait and go and be with someone who's going to be able to hold space. Because this man is clearly torn between two women. She needs space held for her because she's triggered and in her own shadow. She needs to go and like look at that and unpack that, and he needs a moment to think. Then they can both decide where they actually want to be in this or not.
I feel like continuing to talk about it is making me feel like I'm having to talk you into it, and I don't want that.
Right, so she's letting him
Thank
go.
you for wrapping that up because I can't form a sentence to figure out how to tell you how I feel.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, like, if I even want it anymore by the time you decide what you want to do.
Well, Jessica's
that's
going
something I
in.
need.
I'm smelling self-sabotage. He's going to close back in now.
I don't have anything else to say. I really don't.
Oh, Jessica.
This is a shame after the last.
I don't know how this is
going
going to go. That's not going to feel this a safe space for Jimmy. In a relationship, if the moment you open up, you get torn down every single time, where are you going to be like...
They haven't even met each other yet.
Haven't met. It's such a slippery slope. Like, imagine I open up to you about something and then it's just like, just tear me down. I'm like, oh great, that was so much fun. I can't wait to do that again. No.
Yeah.
What?
That's wild.
Jessica is stuck in being triggered. Everybody gets triggered, but sometimes you just got to excuse yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to excuse yourself and take a moment and have a word in the mirror. He's now dealing with her past, and I don't even know what her past is, but it's so...
She definitely turned into someone that we haven't yet seen, based on the masquerade that she's portrayed.
It's difficult, but babe, that's not going to help in terms of building a long-term intimacy, because every single intimacy is built brick by brick, moment by moment, interaction by interaction. It's like you have an interaction here, you practice the vulnerability, the uncomfortability of it, the safety of it. Okay, that's one brick. You do it again, it's another brick. She just said, darling,
Mazaline.
that's not it.
I was very direct with him.
So you see self-sabotage, right? I understand. She thinks that she has stopped this thing from happening. So she's let go of him before he lets go of her. She doesn't actually know if he was going to. And this is just show where the nature is what it is actually in their favour for him to have the space to find the language to figure out how he feels.
So Jessica's gone back in to the women's quarters, and she said to a few women who are sitting around, she said she gave him the space to make a decision for himself because he's got to be fully convinced. That's not what we saw in the room.
we've all done that. That's not what happened, babe. No, that's not what happened.
What happened?
What happened was this, and you said this. He is literally, that's a core memory now. Let's just say they are in a relationship.
Yeah.
He's opened up. She's torn him down. He's like,
I'm not gonna say anything
why?
anymore.
Like, what's the point?
That's the pattern. That's the pattern that shows up in your relationship after that.
And you've got to think about it. Like, I always compare everything to kind of war, right? If the stakes are low, let's just say normal thing. We're both in the house. You're in the kitchen. I'm in the bedroom. We need to talk. I'm sharing this thing. Your emotional intimacy prepares you for when the stakes are high.
Yeah.
That's when you've got outside opposition. Let's just say there's a lion coming, except the lions are your family, your friends, the government, whatever it is that's against you. You need to know, like, oh, this person's got me because we've been building this. If the lions are coming, whatever they may be, in opposition to your relationship, your sacred union, and you haven't built up that emotional intimacy, good luck. That you're literally down to luck.
Yeah.
And luck is even preparation. Luck involves preparation and being at the right place at the right time. Not even that's going to help you. You got to build this stuff from scratch, from the trenches, and you've got to be so serious about it. It's not a joke. Because if you want to be in this long-term, lovely, open, communicative, safe relationship, you've got to build that stuff. So it's a shame to see this, but it's actually important for anyone who wants to get into a relationship, who is in a relationship. You've got to build emotional intimacy. Because otherwise, what are we doing here?
I genuinely haven't made up my decision.
It's also being indecisive, though. Jimmy is. I get there's an element of indecision that can't be helped, but he's almost like waiting for the perfect thing. You've got to go with the feeling, bro.
Curveball.
Wow, Jimmy just told Chelsea that he loves her. I was not.
But does he love her?
Please say something.
Or is it because
Has he
Jessica...
been ran away?
Damn!
He is going to be in disbelief when he sees her, you know.
At the end of the day, I do love that girl behind those.
80s came with the backless parade vibes.
The silhouettes.
This is the cameraman every time AD's on.
She's looking him up and down, you know.
He is being he's being respectful because I know he's seen the signs with the maid. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but I fear that AD and Clay don't have any chemistry. He said, alhamdulillah. He said, I'm a big baby. He is
laying his head on the breast and
trying
all
to be
sorts.
fed and watered. Clay said, I think I'm gonna have some fun. What?
He said the face is beautiful.
He's gonna be missing in action.
The body is crazy. I'm gonna have some fun.
But most importantly, they've got great chemistry, communication.
If I am really worked up about something and I'm emotionally not on the top of my game, I need someone that can help me with that.
You're right.
Something I lacked.
Yeah, you're totally right. If you need someone to hold your hand and guide you and coddle you, she will never be me. And she'll never be a woman like me.
She's just vomiting
Realize
everywhere.
what you missed out on, you are going to choke.
Dodged the bullet then. He
You're
dodged the
gonna
bullet.
choke. You are going to need your EpiPen to open up your airways because you are going to be in disbelief of what you missed out on.
Wow, she's...
Jessica, this is giving
Thank you for the
Viper.
experience. And truly, Jimmy, God bless you.
Oh!
Well, I mean, that's Jessica and Jimmy. Jessica she went in with the insults. I mean, she said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for allowing me to go through this. This wasn't meant to happen. Now, granted, Jimmy was too indecisive. Granted, he didn't string her along, but he allowed her to pour out her heart and her soul, give him a letter that she'd written years ago for her future husband.
Yeah.
He allowed her, because he was being too indecisive, he allowed her to do all those things under the pretense, in a sense, that he loved her or potentially loved her. So I get where she's coming from on one hand, but equally, Jimmy was playing it safe. He wanted all the ducks to be in a row in order to be able to say, right, tomorrow I'm going to make my decision. The problem is it went sideways with Jessica.
There's a hexagon.
But now she's showing some colours which just are really, really dangerous.
If you're ever in a situation like this where it feels like rejection is on the horizon, I get it. I get the whole custom out thing, but just put space in between. Because you know what? There are some things you're not going to be able to take back. Jessica said, you're going to need an EpiPen. You're going to be so sick when you see what you've let down. Babes, truly, that behaviour during rejection means that he dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Because even if she is having a moment, and Jessica's well within her rights to be upset.
But to function like that.
She's cussed, like she's vomiting everywhere right now. And I can see that she's got no plans at any point in her Google Calendar to apologise for this behaviour. Yeah. He doesn't need it. And also this was within the confines of the show. And I get it, but like, she's giving...
But they're just not right.
She's giving...
They're not right for each other. Like, if you look at her and you look at him, he's younger. And that doesn't necessarily tell the tale, but you're seeing he's just a guy in it that wants to just...
He's not designed to deal with what she comes with at this particular stage based on what we've seen. She is not equipped to be with someone like him, but there just needs to be a clear communication, a mutual respect, and then keep it moving. If they don't want to stay friends, that's fine, but keep that communication clear so when one thinks back, you're like, oh, okay, it's because of this. Then she can work out all her stuff with her girlfriends, her family, her support system, and same for him. But right now, she's just forming, and it's also giving, I want you to fix me, which is not fair. She has to be doing that work, and obviously, like, it's just a shame. Jessica, I hope you find the peace and the love that you so deserve and that you want and you desire. And same for Jimmy, because this is mad.
Yo!
I'm tired.
That episode was mad. Episode 4 was mad. That ending is crazy. This love triangle. Trevor, Jimmy, and Chelsea. Jessica's out of the picture now. Oh my days, man. That was...
intense.
Jessica was intense, you know. We're about to get into episode 5. Lovers. We'll see you on the other side.
I really hope that she says yes.
I truly want to give Chelsea the world, and I want to have an incredible life with her.
So we've got Chelsea, we've got Trevor, we've got Jimmy. We did a transition.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm great. Chelsea, I love you. I love every bit of every conversation we've ever had. Will you marry me? I want to know if you'll meet me at the altar in your white dress.
I will 1,000% marry you.
What?
Oh.
Go!
I did not see that coming.
It's you. It's freaking you. I love you.
I love you so much.
Chelsea's going into the pod with Trevor now after saying yes to Jimmy's proposal.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Chelsea's just let Trevor know it's not him. Oh man, she would have loved his mullet. She would have loved
I think
it.
they would have been better together than her.
They're taking backies.
Why? I'm confused. So you're choosing someone who was questioning if they wanted another girl.
Ooh,
Who
Trevor.
was 100% sure that they wanted you.
Trevor just asked if he had went first with the proposal, would she?
Not a good answer for his sake.
Chelsea has just been looking for someone to validate her.
That's
She's been saying she's always just wanted someone to love her for who she is. Yeah, this isn't gonna last.
so his intentions were always pure, and you can see that even through the
Tapped
rejection.
my bracelet about 100 times today.
Oh, Trevor! But he's been
Loves
so
her, really.
gracious. He loves her. So Sarah Ann, I think, just gave a masterclass in I know that I am enough. She asked the question. She wasn't chosen.
Well, Jeremy, it was down to Jeremy
Yeah.
and Sarah Ann and Jeremy and Laura, and Jeremy's chosen Laura, but before choosing Laura, he's gone to Sarah Ann to have a conversation in the pod and say, I'm not choosing you, I'm choosing someone else. This is why. I don't really know why, but there's just a feeling that I have.
Yeah. I just feel like
she's gracious.
I feel like either both of them are not suited to Jeremy, but I think that Sarah Ann she asked questions. She asked if she could have done anything differently. Sometimes it just doesn't work. And
At the end of
sometimes
the
it's the
day-
right thing at the wrong time. Sometimes it's just like you're not meant to. Maybe your season is meant to be like a week.
You have to go with the feeling. This is such a the margins are so small in this show because you've known each other for a few days, you've never seen each other.
But you build a connection. And the ego can always be nurtured and mended. It can always. What Jessica did, what Jessica has displayed, we wouldn't recommend. Like, unless you're dealing with a situation like, why TF did I get married? For those of you who don't know about the viral woman, the TikTok woman who was in a relationship with someone who was a compulsive liar. That's different. Have some pride and dignity. It's okay to ask the questions that you want to get answered, but literally throwing your toys out of the pram. Like, there's a way to give somebody a piece of your mind and do it with pride and dignity, even if you are going to cuss them out.
Did I just have my baby daddy?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that what just happened?
Found your baby daddy.
Shut up.
That's going to get annoying very quickly.
Jessica,
Oh!
I've never been more sure that Chelsea is someone that I can literally talk to about anything.
Oh shoot! Freudian slip vibes. Jimmy and Chelsea are about to meet. They're engaged. And he just said,
Remember,
he can't wait to meet Jessica.
remember, they're going to see each other in the house. Because after this, they go back. They will go into the house together, don't they?
I feel like they look for these little
She's gonna
petite girls.
scratch his eyes out. They are crap for putting that in. They should not have put that in.
Chelsea and
He
Jimmy.
looks like the guy from Kid and Play. That's who he looks
He
like.
looks like Kid.
Them kisses there.
Right, getting tucked in and that.
She's not punching him.
No.
Just
Baby, pull that back now. Oh!
First
Jimmy!
of all, Jimmy said.
Nah.
Jimmy, first of all, she said,
Jim
I
man!
love you with my whole heart. And he goes, thank you. I needed to hear that.
And then he said,
He's stressing me out.
no.
He's stressing me out.
Nah, bro. You said to your fiance, who you've had this race to the finish line with,
last couple days.
he said, I almost went home this morning.
Anything against you.
Not anything against you. Oh, no.
Genuinely.
His body language and her body language.
Oh, bro.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
You're not happy, bro.
Okay. I don't want to hear that. You can. But
She doesn't
I
want
want
to
to hear
hear
that
it.
you were about to go home. That would have sucked.
Not because of you.
Stop talking.
You're the reason why I'm here.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry.
Her expression.
She definitely lied to me on some, Chelsea told me she looks like Megan Fox. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
It does matter.
To her.
It absolutely matters. It matters to him. It matters that she doesn't look like Megan
I
Fox.
learned a lot about
Oh, shoot. This is just going from bad to worse.
makes me forget other problems. I guess I'm happy to see you.
Bro, I'm happy to see you. Turn it off. I can't.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
He hates that. He hates what she's doing.
Oh my god.
Jimmy can't even open the box.
No. Cringe.
I object. I'm not even there. This is excruciating to watch because the energy is there's no energy
When
here.
you look at Clay and AD's chemistry,
Not to
the
compare
energy.
them, but this is painful.
But to compare them, just
Oh.
seeing the chemistry.
He's literally evaporating in real time. He's leaving. He's leaving whilst he's in her arms. Brittany and Kenneth, AD and Clay, Laura and Jeremy, Chelsea and Jimmy, Amy and Johnny. They're going to Dominican Republic.
That location looks unbelievable.
You're gorgeous. I'm so happy.
He said, I'm so happy.
Do you remember what I look like exactly? I'm not saying.
Oh my day. Jimmy!
Jimmy's got 24 hours.
Jimmy,
He's
Jimmy,
out.
Jimmy.
Stop
Listen.
talking.
Jimmy and Chelsea are in the Dominican Republic. They are in their honeymoon suite, if you will. They're not married yet, of course.
Jimmy.
They're talking about various aspects of
Where
their
am I ill
experience in the
thoughts?
pod. Jimmy just said to Chelsea, his fiance, that when he told her he loved her, he didn't have a decision made. That he was going to make his decision the next morning. And the only reason his decision was completed is because Jessica found out, I can't even do this.
Jimmy, you're causing stress in my household. Look at my husband.
This is why rites of passage programs are so important for men and women, but men in this case.
Chelsea got what she wanted in the fact that she said that she wanted someone to tell her that they felt a certain way about her, la la la. All of those things have happened.
But it's all surface level.
The problem is, it's all surface. And this is why, whether you're praying for, manifesting, whatever you want to call it, it has to be multi-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like, how do you want them to communicate? What things do you want to have in common with them? How do you want to feel when you're around them? You've really got to take these things in. Like, what are they like during conflict? What are they like during intimacy? All of these things. She just wanted somebody to tell her that, which there's nothing wrong with. But this is a show about marriage. So you've got those things and you've got nothing else. And it's literally all over her. She's literally pulling away from him energetically. And we know before a woman leaves a relationship, physically, they've gone mentally. Long time they've gone. And that's how you can be in a relationship with a woman and be like, oh, I thought everything was fine. Just because she's there doesn't mean she's there. She's there, but she's not there. Do you understand? Are you following me? Chelsea has left the building. As Jimmy's talking, she's like, Jimmy just said, are you happy?
That's a nice shot though, isn't it? Where we pause it. It's a nice...
She said, and she's looking out the window thinking about the escape route. How do I get to the pina coladas? Because there's no fun in here.
Just enjoy the Dominican Republic.
The Dominidi.
Jeremy and Laura kissing up on the bed. But there's some missing ingredients here right now.
Jeremy is going to get on Laura's nerves. He's gonna get on her nerves. He's already doing it.
She's already told him to wear a different shirt tomorrow, to dress like an adult.
Dress like an adult. He's blowing gooseberries on her, which is cute for some.
She's like, stop.
And she's like, stop. He's getting on her nerves.
So he's a goofball, but he didn't fully reveal the goofballness. And she's like, oh my days. He's literally like a character from Saturday Night Live. And she's like, what in the world? So we've got Brittany and Kenneth here. And they've gotten into bed together. And Kenneth has said, right, baby, talk to me. At the end of every day, I want to unpack our day, what went well, what could have been done differently. He's intentional.
Yeah, and that's important. So we talk about like bookending with what we do, which is the aim to keep a thread of intimacy throughout your whole day. So the beginning and end of the day, we say, I love you, and we're on the same team. And he's now setting up an intimacy practice effectively. So we love this one.
Sitting in bed, they've chosen to not have sex until marriage. And
it works. They're on the same page about that.
They've got the same value system. And Brittany was just saying that she didn't get the ick, and Kenneth said, nor did he get the ick.
You don't make me want to throw up in my mouth.
She did say she noticed one little thing, and that's the fact that Kenneth allows the water to run even whilst he's washing his face. So in the middle of washing his face, he allows the water to run. In the middle of brushing his teeth, he allows the water to run.
And those things are important because those are the things that 10 years in are going to frustrate you. It's cute in the beginning. Oh, he lets the water run, but it's like, that could really turn to, you let the water run whilst you're brushing your teeth so quickly.
Jimmy and Chelsea, this is uncomfortable, man.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you notice about me?
Yeah, you have pretty teeth.
Yeah. Thanks.
Jimmy, the whole bro. You said to your fiance when she said, what's the first thing you noticed about me? You said, your teeth. You have pretty teeth. You have ideal teeth. Bro, Jimmy. You're a fellow Scorpion, bro.
That's what you say to someone that you don't like about. So say one thing about them. They have fingernails. That's what it's giving. Like,
bro, I mean, no judgment, man. You're out here living your life, but this is just, bro, we got
It actually is paining. It's painful.
Like, literally, every time I see them on screen, I'm like, oh, this is going to be mad uncomfortable.
Shoulders are here. He's not attracted to her. She's realizing.
She is just yearning to be loved. Like, it could have been anyone for her. Just as long as they're validating her.
You've got to tell yourself every day that you are enough, because if you don't, you're going to wait for someone to tell you, and that's all they're going to have to tell you, and then you're going to be back on square one. You are enough.
Chelsea keeps saying, "Are you happy?
I love you.
Do you still like me?" Oh, man.
Nothing you.
Episode 5 done. It was,
I'm reduced.
yeah, that was, what's the word that I'm looking for? Not strenuous.
Excruciating.
That's the word that I'm looking
It
for.
was
That was
horrible
excruciating.
because
man.
Jimmy and Chelsea need to pack it in now. It's literally a waste of everyone's time. And I get it, during the show there has to be a spectrum, right? That relationship that they've got going on is excruciating to watch. He's not being honest with her. He's not being honest with himself. She's stuck in pick me land. She hasn't chosen herself. Because the energy that she's getting, I know that she can feel it's not real.
So episode 6.
And I'm hanging by a thread. Just for a disclaimer, we don't watch TV. And it's too stressful. It feels stressful.
We're about to go into episode 6, lovers. We will see you on the other side.
I didn't say they have to leave. I said no motorcycle.
So it looks like Laura and Jeremy are growing on each other, which I'm happy for them.
Clay and AD are having a real transparent conversation where Clay is saying, if you got out of shape, I'd tell you to get in the gym.
He said get in the MF gym.
Yeah, and she didn't take to how he said it. And he was like, you need that tough love. Or not you need that tough love, but tough love is the only way in which
She'll get in the gym.
you would be inspired to get back in the gym if you did get out of shape. Because she was saying, what if I got out of shape? And he's saying he wouldn't allow it to happen. And then they're working through some communication, tweaking some communication points where she's saying, say it nicely, be nicer. And he says, yeah, I could have been a bit nicer with my delivery. So it's good to see that they're working through it.
Please don't mess it up.
So AD saying to Clay that she doesn't feel like she deserves love.
Everything about you.
She doesn't feel like she deserves love. She's telling Clay that over the last year or so, she's been going to therapy. She's been able to uncover a lot, which stems from her bad relationship with her dad. And love is just something which she's been in cycles or loops in relationships, and she had to go to therapy to uncover why that was the case. And she connected back to her dad's relationship with her.
Yeah, and she's created a loop in her mind. Sometimes when something happens, it's not what's happened to us, it's how we move forward and what we're going to make things mean. So that's what she's talking about.
Jimmy is really scared of hurting people's feelings. He just can't bring himself to do it. Chelsea keeps asking him all types of questions, and he is literally saying, no, everything's perfect. You're amazing. You're exactly what I wanted.
The tone of his voice, his body language, his eyebrows, everything is saying, no, that's not true. So the couples are on the way to meet each other for the first time. This should be interesting.
So we've got women talking. The women and the men have split off.
Yeah.
The women are talking about sex. Did you have sex? Did you not have sex? Did you see his, what should we call it?
Johnson.
Did you see his Johnson? Did you not? The guys are talking about how smooth their relationships are going. All the women have also commented on how attentive Kenneth is to
Stop
Brittany.
being nice. Jimmy and Chelsea are doing a little bit of fabrication. I think to just be included in the banter and the chat within their separate respective groups. They're acting like, Jimmy's literally just barefaced said, I'm pretty sure none of your relationships are as smooth as ours. I was talking to someone the other day about relationship goals. I don't think relationship goals is a good thing. It's relationship inspiration, right? Because they're now having a conversation with these couples, and Jimmy is not being honest about the state of his relationship. And that might even have some of his peers be like, maybe I'm not doing everything I need to do in my relationship. Because if he's saying his is smooth, which we know it is not, then what do I need to do? Also, free yourself. Like, Jimmy, you don't have it like that, and we can all see you. Brittany knows it, you know it. The sea at the Dominican Republic knows it. God knows it. The grass and the sand, the little bunny and all those other creatures that haven't been discovered knows it. Stop it.
There's some madness going on. Based on the edit, we don't know what actually happened, but Jimmy was standing with Chelsea. he complimented AD on her amazing figure, which it is. She's got an amazing figure, beautiful woman. And then he goes over thereafter and he starts speaking to her and twirling her and says, "You're the greatest." And then he's asking her if she's all right with Clay, her fiance, for all those that don't know. And now it's made his fiance Chelsea insecure. She's already insecure. It's written all over.
Yeah, and he's adding to it, which isn't really nice.
It's crazy. So now Amy's taken Chelsea to the side and is asking what's up. And this has become intense, man. This is crazy. There's just no sensibility or sensitivity here. Wild. Kenneth is speaking with AD on the beach. They're all there on the beach. They're speaking specifically. AD's asking him about having dated white girls or not. And he's saying that he's never dated a white girl. She's really going deep with the questions and said, "Are you ready for that?" Yeah. So on and so forth. And he's starting to question it now. I don't know whether he's been questioning it for a while or whether it's only in this particular case. Again, what we said in a previous episode, it's so important to be very clear about what you want, to be very, very honest about what your intentions are, what your vision is.
The conversation is important.
Amy and Johnny seem to be really in love. She said that she never would have gotten with him based on his physical looks, but she said they're merging into one, they're proper into each other.
Trouble in paradise.
I just felt really confident about where we were and the connection we have, to the point where I didn't have to be by your side all night, so I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need you by my side, but like, that's why this is very sad to me, because like, it was just a very...
How is this sad? This is like going out with our friends and you know where I stand.
Jimmy and Chelsea are done out here.
Please stop.
She needs consistent validation. Fine. He needs to consistently say the right things, but they're empty things. As long as he says, "I love you," he thinks that's enough. As long as she gets to hear these words, which are they're both throwing empty things at each other, and then the math is not mathing. They're both in an empty relationship, calling it a relationship, being reactive to that and wondering why. It's frustrating at best.
This screams the importance of self-work. You can't get into a union without having done the self-work or without being on the path of self-work, where even if you have insecurities, you are able to distinguish your insecurities and you're able to validate yourself. You're able to stand on your own square and your own 2 feet.
I want them to end their own suffering, because from the outside, they don't have any real chemistry. Because you know what it is? And we say this, sometimes it's the right thing at the wrong time. And on the rare occasion, it's just the wrong thing. But what's happening here is suffering, because they both feel it, but they're not saying it. And they're just putting pretty bows on everything. And it's like, you either do the work or you don't do the work, or you suffer. Chelsea seems like she needs to do a lot more self-work and just connect with the beautiful person that she is. Because right now, it's just like trigger. And this is just not sustainable. It's inhumane at this point. It's inhumane.
No. Yo. All right. I don't know what we've just seen, but just so you're aware for context, episode 6 has just ended.
And I'm tired.
And we've just seen the trailer for the next half of the series. And we're going to stop here, because this is what we plan to do, 4, 5, and 6. But I'm telling you, the way we want to start this next episode right now, we're getting sucked in, lovers. We don't really watch TV that much.
You don't even go here.
But we're getting sucked in. This is precisely why, years ago when we watched How to Get Away with Murder, we couldn't help but just keep on watching the next episode. And that's kind of where we are now, because it's kind of looking mad. So how do we want to end this out, baby? Are we just like, we'll see you on episode 7?
We'll see you on episode 7. Because right now, I look like all my life I had to fight. And literally, part of that is because of the hour it is right now.
Yeah,
and the majority... The majority of it is Chelsea and Jimmy.
Chelsea and Jimmy, my
You've taken from me.
Lovers.
I'll see you in episode 7. I can't.
We are your intimacy alchemists. We've been together for 20 years. We empower couples to transform their relationships into sacred unions of 1% love. We empower them to regain their spark, to regain their passion, to regain their lost attraction after years together, particularly after years together. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe, press the notification bell, like, share, comment. This has been our reaction to Love is Blind, Season 6, Episode 4, 5, and 6. We'll see you on Episode 7, lovers. Much love.
Bye.